it over to something that we briefly touched on last week. We were talking about old cartoons. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this out. Which old cartoon would you like to see make a reboot? Something that hasn't been done yet. Carl, what are you thinking?
Oh, it's got to be the Centurions. Oh man, that cartoon was amazing. A group of guys, and they all had these battle assault systems which attached to their suits. So they could be like helicopters or motorcycles or stuff like that.
I don't remember that cartoon. When did it air? Like 80s, late 80s?
80s. It was from Hanna-Barbera, I think. It's
I might have to look that one up later.
I'll send you a link. Later.
And mine's is very easy. I would love to see Samurai Pizza Cats. If you've never seen Samurai Pizza Cats, you should watch this show. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. And they're always going up against
Pizza Cats.
Yes, sir.
That came out in the 90s. Town, 3, 2, 1.
Look at him. He already knows it.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that show to death, just about at least.
You got a favorite character on there?
Speedy Cerviche.
Okay, same as me. All right.
I mean, the girl was okay, but
Yeah.
Speedy had the swords.
Speedy had those swords. Meowza had it too.
Yeah.
I've never seen this cartoon that you guys apparently love very much.
What?
It used to. Okay, so it was a Japanimation that was westernized.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like think of the way Golden Harmony did to Macross, and turned it into Robotech.
Yeah, it was. God, who did this? I completely forgot. But I'm pretty sure it was Bandai that had localized it.
Ooh, one of the first videos on YouTube for Samurai Pizza Cats is the many controversies of Samurai Pizza Cats, racism, gag dub, and Disney trying to kill it.
I know nothing about any of that.
I mean, it was just goofy as hell. I mean, it's like the Flintstones. Okay, I mean, who cares? It was in it during a time which nobody really ever associated that stuff with racism.
There's something bad to be said about that, but yeah, a lot of people. It was a time where a lot of that stuff flew under the radar, or flew right over the radar in some cases too. Like the 90s was wild. No one really cared as much as they do now.
90s, 80s, 70s. 60s to some extent, 50s, 40s. I mean, I could keep going down. It's point
English is legit, brother.
Not that big of a deal.
I think a lot of what it stems from was the you do stereotypes. You put a stereotype out there because it's a quick reference. When you give them a certain accent, you give them certain words, you immediately can recognize, oh, that guy is supposed to be Irish, or that guy is supposed to be, Hispanic.
I mean, and I said this. Go on. Well, I was just saying, like the Flintstones, people always talked about them being racist or something, but if you look at the art style, they had to find a way to distinguish like Caucasians from Asians, for example. They had to figure something out because otherwise everyone would be looking the same. And I know that's a bad excuse, but I can't think of another way to do it.
Yeah, it was just shorthand, animation shorthand. So I mean. Was it, I think intent is really the key issue. Was it intended to denigrate certain people, or was it just...
No, I don't believe it was.
Shorthand?
No, definitely not. I mean, just think of it as that was the context of the time. That's the way they wanted to interpret things.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is different now, and it's actually a good thing that everything is different now, because there's a lot more care that goes into it. I know sometimes it can go to extremes, but it's way better than it was in the 90s that it is now, But it's okay.
What about you, Tony?
Yeah, what about you, Tony?
Well, first, I wanted to take a look at the Samurai Pizza Cats. People might not be familiar with it. I'm not familiar with it, so I've been getting claimed. The last couple of times I showed YouTube videos, I got claimed. Hopefully, we don't get claimed again. It's not like we make any money on this stream, not yet.
All right, play that bitch.
I love it when you swear, Carl. I don't know what it is. It's always funny.
I don't do it probably because I don't do it all the time.
Probably not. Here we go. We're going to look at the intro for Samurai Pizza Cats. Buckle up. This is one of Sho and Carl's favorite shows.
Will somebody
please cue that bird.
Word for word.
Oh,
yeah.
Who do you call
when you want some pepperoni? Samurai Pizza Cats. Baloney. AJ, he's the leader of the pack. Yeah, that's a polyester.
I just want to say it is kind of funny that they all have very, very stereotypical Italian names, and they have these.
Yes, they do.
I told you they got the RoboCheck treatment. The Japanese, treatment? Yeah, like how Macross's Robotech over here, and Golden Harmony basically shafted the Macross community.
It happens. They'll get over it.
Cats. Whoever had no cheese and dirt. Tail. Pizza Cats. Crime all over town. 2, 1. Samurai run. Now, in the original Japanimation, it's a rat instead of a fox. It's like a fox, whereas the Samurai Pizza Cats version, he's a rat or something like that.
Yeah, the Japanese is far different.
Yeah, it's really different. It's pizza pie. It's cats. Say what you will, but that song is freaking catchy.
Yes, sir, it is.
Now the YouTube algorithm gods had put a great cartoon, a better, more catchier cartoon intro. The cartoon wasn't that great, but Denver, the Last Dinosaur intro is something that I still remember to this day.
This seaside football is about to play host to an unforgettable vacation memory. That game.
They didn't pay for airtime on the stream.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Last dinosaur.
Look at that. Who doesn't want a skateboarding dinosaur as their best friend? This is so 90s. I love it. Last dinosaur. And a whole lot. I think we could watch old cartoon intros all day long if we had to.
Oh, man, you ain't kidding.
Sneaky B wants to know if you guys played the Samurai Pizza Cats Famicom game. I didn't know this existed.
No, I don't play Touch Famicom, but,
I did not, but I'll play it right now as we're chatting.
I did watch the old Mega Man cartoon series. Pretty good, I must say, for a adaptation. It was a lot better than that. Captain N and then the Nintendo team, whatever the fuck it was called.
Super Drunken Hero, Keggerman.
Did you ever imagine you would be on a stream in front of 13 people just singing Denver the Last Dinosaur, guys?
No, but it's okay.
No, but we're here now, so let's get it.
It's cool.
Yo, that show was also legit. That was the childhood right there. Late 80s, early 90s. Come on.
80s and 90s were basically the same period in time. It was literally just the 80s part two. The 90s was the 80s part of the sequel.
The 90s was the 80s, just less Coke. That should be its slogan.
Far less Coke.
Yeah, okay, I'll accept that. 80s less neon and Coke.
Now, I think for me, a cartoon series that I would love to see come back would probably be Silverhawks.
Okay, I have a defense why that's not a good idea.
Why is it not a good idea, Carl?
The Thundercats remake.
Well, obviously, if I'm going to be in charge of the reboot, if it's my reboot, we're not doing it in that.
Okay, all right, that's a valid point.
We seen the He-Man reboot last week. If they did it that style, but with the Silverhawks, I'd be all over it. All over that. Cowboys Mesa, give me one of that too.
I think you need to pull up the intro for the New Adventures of He-Man.
I don't remember ever watching that one.
Well, see now.
I will look it up. I'll pull it up right now.
And this is the one people hate the most, by the way.
Definitely never watched it before.
Well, you're in luck.
Oh my God! Just looking at this is just very ridiculous. What I'm looking at, just a little.
Oh yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh,
it's just it's definitely goofier.
If you thought He-Man was had some male on male undertones, this right here, this is oof. Widescreen.
Let's see about it.
Is the past of this world.
How did I never see this cartoon? I've never known that this thing existed.
I missed it myself. I kind of ran into it by accident once upon a time, so that's the only way I ever knew about it.
Complete with obnoxious robots and fully dressed men.
These look like G.I. Joe. It's like G.I. Joe. And that is the whole episode, guys. Sorry.
And that is the New Adventures of He-Man.
I'm going to have to check it out. I just want to see what it's all about.
I'm with Sho. I'm going to leave this tab open for later.
For real. Continue the conversation on that thing. It better be good, too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the most unpopular He-Man, I'll tell you that much.
Terrible. I'm still going to watch.
Yeah, I'm still, even though it's the worst He-Man. I mean, can it really be the worst? I mean, we had that She-Ra.
It's not the worst. It's just the most unpopular.
What about Fox's young James Bond Jr.? I don't remember that one either.
I love James Bond Jr., even though I'm not a Bond fan.
I remember the awful Super Nintendo game. I did not remember the show.
Luke Skywalker says Mask had his favorite cartoon theme song. And Ninja Kitty is putting his 2 cents in for Pro Stars. Man, I think we might have to do a whole cartoon watch-along stream sometime.
I'm all about it. We love the old cartoons over here.
Luke said that the He-Man show did terrible. The action figures were terrible. It was just bad all around. Yeah, 56K warning is ready. Back then, if you missed the show, if you didn't know that it was on when you were at school or something. That's it. There was no Netflix. There was no Disney Plus to watch reruns. You just missed it. It was just over.
Right, you just missed it. Actually, as a matter of fact, when I would get off the bus from school, I would run fast as hell to go and watch some Sailor Moon. I would watch the Sailor Moon and then Dragon Ball Z right after it on Toonami. And if you missed it, if you were late for whatever reason, you get so pissed. Man, I miss those days.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to being kids. I'm tired of talking about all this old people stuff. Andy and Nico, forget all about it. I want to go back to running off the bus and tripping over myself to go watch some DBZ and Sailor Moon.
Yeah, I'm too old to be running, period, now. My knees hurt.
For real.
To be young again. I remember coming home trying to watch that Power Rangers. It's probably too old to be watching it, but I was out there loving
Which
it.
Power Rangers?
The original.
The original?
Yeah.
My favorite was SPD.
Zach original? Got you. Which one you say?
SPD.
Oh, SPD. Damn, not bad. I think I stopped after Zeo or whatnot. Yeah.
Zeo is pretty good, but it just left a lot. It just left holes in the plot afterwards.
It did.
Yeah, like
writer's block.
It's possible. The writer's block is possible.
I know if you are interested in Power Rangers, Link Cara does a history of the Power Rangers. He has videos up, goes over in excruciating detail, the plots of each season, behind the scenes stuff, So if you are interested, I would recommend that history of the Power Rangers from Link Cara. I remember being so enamored with the Power Rangers. I actually went and saw the movie when it was in theaters. I had to drag
the movie was better than the series.
The movie was pretty good. I remember everyone was cheering. I was surrounded by a bunch of little kids, mind you, because I was, like I said, probably 2 or 3 years past the Power Ranger age. So I was in the theater.
You still watched it though, like everybody
man.
else, brother. You damn right. I watched.
It's not that bad. At least you weren't the and there were plenty of other embarrassing occasions, so it's not that big of a deal to be the only adults in there watching Power Rangers or what have you.
But at least when that old. Well, you're not that old. I was gonna say about the movie. The dude that played Ivan Ooze, he just like commanded the entire movie.
Oh man, he was a great bad guy.
He really was.
He was a great bad guy. Oh. I mean, I could just go on forever about. Of all the bad. Of all the bad guys in cinematic history, I think he's probably one of my favorites.
He is one of the best.
Besides Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. I did not like Jack Nicholson as the Joker. Send all your angry hate mail to the show. Deal with that.
It's coming. It's coming to
you. But I'm not a fan of. I watch the Batman movies as movies. I've never read a single Batman comic book in my life. So yeah,
I think I read maybe one Batman comic.
Wait. Let's park there. Let's take this bus back a minute. What the hell do you mean you didn't like Captain N?
You didn't like Captain N?
You didn't like Captain N?
No, I did not.
What?
Mega Man's voice. They had that like weird voice for Mega Man.
Yeah, it was like a nasally voice.
King Hippo was like blue. It was just weird. It was just a weird overall. Simon Belmont was all like goofy.
I like that Simon Belmont over the video game version.
I don't know about that. Simon's a boss, just not in Captain N.
Captain N. Simon was a narcissist. Let's call him what he is. In the. The thing was, it's basically about what if you're trapped in a video game world.
It had a decent premise. I just didn't, the execution was just not.
Next thing you'll be saying,
definitely not there.
Next
Same
thing
for the Mega Man one too.
Next thing you'll be doing is tell me you hated Mask.
No, I like Mask. Mask was good. I don't think I had any of the Mask toys.
Oh, we had a few of them at least.
But in case anybody wants to doubt me why this cartoon was no good, we'll just play the intro. Because that's what we're doing now. We're watching old intros.
Okay.
Jesus.
Kid Icarus, I hated Kid Icarus.
I'll tell you what, I did love that Mother Brain though, because that is
The Mother Brain.
The voice is it's what the hell's his name? It's like Tim Curry.
Oh, Kevin, you didn't clean up your room, so now you're stuck in video game land. And then the dog just jumps in. He's like, I'm coming too.
I always thought it was weird. You had Captain N. He's in Nintendo Land, but the big Nintendo, there's no Link. Where's my Mario?
Wait, no. Yes, there is Link in Captain N.
But not in the main cast, is what I'm saying, Carl. No, he wasn't. I know there's like an episode or two, like some one-off episode or something.
Okay, that's a valid point.
Well, excuse me, Carl.
that line from the Link cartoon, The Legend of Zelda.
With the Lisp show, that would have been a good alternative 2021 Link.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sneaky V has never seen this one.
Yeah, you would have never heard about it. Nintendo tries to bury the hell out of this thing. They don't want anyone to know that it existed. Same with the older cartoons too, for Mario and all of that other stuff.
It's the same way they try to bury the fact that Mario was an abusive owner and he beat Donkey Kong. That's why the events of Donkey Kong, that take place.
Yep. Saved Pauline and then immediately put him in a cage and made his son have to go after him. He saved him though.
He did. Donkey Kong Jr. I think is a lot better than Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a better game.
Captain Power and the Soldiers of Fortune of the Future. Never heard of this cartoon.
Stone Protectors.
Stone Protectors, Carl. Is that what we're going next?
I don't know. That's got a great song. The best intro songs of that point are King Arthur, Knights of Justice, Stone Protectors,
and
what was the rest?
I mean, those are the best. The others just kind of blah. I mean, besides Samurai Pizza Cats, hey, look for the intro for Centurions.
Or hell, look for the one for Mega Man.
Well, here's one that I think that we'll enjoy. This is a cartoon that I think needs a reboot. One that a lot of people don't really talk about, but we're gonna go here.
All right.
Tell you what, the copyright claims are going to be outrageous on this stream.
What is this? Is this Skeleton Warriors?
Yes, it is, Carl.
Oh, I knew it. I
have never seen it though, but that animation looks just like X-Men.
I think it's the same studio as X-Men.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Damn, I may have to watch it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It was one of those one-off cartoons, though. Skeleton Warriors.
Damn. Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
But I think Skeleton Warriors needs a reboot. Pirates of Dark Water, if you ever seen that needs a reboot.
Pirates of Dark Water needs
yes.
a reboot. Especially since they never finished it the first time.
You know, I didn't even notice. I would just catch it every once in a while when I was home. I think on a Saturday, it was airing over here.
Right.
That's also another one that had a great intro song.
Actually, Pirates of Dark Water reminds me of like Gargoyles, like an actual cartoon that has a very good storyline. Like something that's like watchable.
I tell you when that really needs a. Wait, what's up?
Let me jump in real quick, Carl. Sneaky V's mentioning the Skeleton Warriors Sega Saturn game. He says it ain't bad. It's also a side scroller. And little known fact, everyone's favorite video game composer did a track for that game. So Sneaky V, that is a Tommy Tallarico project.
No.
Had no idea. Did he do all the tracks or just a couple?
I'm not sure. I know he has one at least trademarked with his father, I believe. I ruined the game for Sneaky V. That's it. He's burning it.
Damn it, Sneaky V. How could you do this to yourself?
Just played yourself. Good job. 56K warning says first 20 seconds and it shows all the things that can't be made into toys. They had a lot of good toys for Skeleton Warriors.
Oh yeah. It's Pirates of Dark Water was never finished. Like every other series, just about. I think the only ones that really came as close to being finished was the Transformers, Centurions, like I mentioned before, G.I. Joe, to some extent.
Did either one of you see the G.I. Joe or Transformer movies in the theater?
Ooh, I don't remember.
Which Transformer movie?
The first Transformer movie, the main one.
The main one.
Nope, if you had
the 80s.
Too young.
If you're seeing the Transformer movie in the theater, you would have remembered because of all the crying.
See, that's why I was asking, Carl, because I always hear people talking about, everyone was crying because Optimus Prime died or whatever.
Oh man, and I'll tell you this much: people remember to this day and still ask him, "Why did you kill Optimus Prime?"
They killed him because they wanted new toys.
Oh yeah,
they just eliminated him for a toy deal.
Yeah,
Jesus.
They asked him for a toy deal.
I don't remember anyone crying because I know we seen that in the theater. Now, me personally, I was a big Decepticon fan. I love the bad guys. I don't know why.
All right, which Decepticon is your favorite?
Starscream.
Oh, God bless you, sir. God bless you. I was about to have a heart attack if you didn't say Starscream.
He's the best Decepticon. And when he got the crown, I was cheering in the theater.
That was the best.
Crown on. I was like, hell yeah! Finally, then they killed him like 10 seconds later. But for that brief moment,
I was an Autobot fan, and my favorite Autobot was Blaster.
Blaster's what the boombox.
He's
right?
the boombox. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, boombox.
And then Perceptor was my second favorite. And it was all. And if you're an Autobot fan, you had to like Optimus Prime. You had to.
No.
Even though I'm gonna say something here, and I know I'm gonna get booed. Optimus Prime was a better leader.
Ooh. Boo that man. Boo him.
I don't know about that.
Rodimus was a better leader because he didn't, he wasn't as idolized as Optimus was. Yeah, he struggled. He had more character development. That's why I think he's the best.
I'll agree with Carl on that. Optimus Prime, he was already the big leader. Everyone knew him, respected him. Whereas Rodimus Prime had to grow into the role over the course of the series.
Yeah.
Damn, from Hot Rod to Rodimus. I remember it.
I'm Optimus Prime. Look at me and marvel. Whereas Rodimus, he had his struggles, he was still trying to figure out where he fit in the whole grand scheme of things.
Cartoons were deep back in the day. They were deep. They weren't just all this silly nonsense.
Oh, you bet they were deep. There's a lot of deep moments, even in the Japanese version, those Macross. Robotech still had a lot of deep moments, a lot of very adult moments,
a lot of crying and a lot of music.
Now, Sho mentioned the G.I. Joe, and everyone was talking about the people crying over Optimus. Some people might not know this, but the reason that Duke does not die in the
is Optimus movie, Prime,
right? Because Optimus Prime died, and it made so many parents upset that Duke actually was supposed to die in the G.I. Joe movie,
and they spared him.
They spared him.
They couldn't have 2 deaths on their hands.
Too much cartoon on their hands.
They kind of did kill him. You ever see the new version of G.I. Joe that came out years ago after that?
No.
Duke was just, nothing.
Sneaky V says that the Optimus storyline is ripped from Jesus' story in the New Testament.
You think so?
Would not have known. Wow.
They did bring him back to life. They did get resurrected.
They did bring him back to life, but there's a lot to the resurrection of Christ. So I don't necessarily know if you could say the Optimus story is ripped off, or the Optimus story is ripped off, or whatever. I don't know.
It's not a 1-to-1 probably, but I could see the reason for people saying that.
Maybe they were inspired by it. That's possible.
Yeah, I do remember the part in the Bible where Jesus opened his chest and took out the matrix of leadership.
Yeah, that's a lot of the stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah, so obviously they ripped that off, but other than that.
Yeah.
Any other cartoons you gentlemen want to see rebooted, or should we just bounce off to the next topic?
Oh, we can bounce to the next one.
Yeah, we can. I agree. We can bounce.
Unless we can redo Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh is the shit too. But we can bounce to the next topic.
No. I hate Yu-Gi-Oh. Burn that stuff.
How can you hate Yu-Gi-Oh, Kyle?
Everyone loves Yu-Gi-Oh.
I just wasn't happy with this whole circle of friendship bullshit. That's all.
Understandable.
Yeah.